Governor Ivey has signed 2 bills to prepare Alabama for possible changes to congressional and state Senate districts tied to ongoing court battles over redistricting. It's where we start. I'm Caleb Aguayo. The new laws allow the governor to call special elections if federal courts approve the use of previously drawn district maps. State leaders say the move helps Alabama respond quickly if current injunctions are lifted. The May 19th primary election will still move forward as planned, but special elections could be called later in districts affected by any court-ordered map changes. While some Alabama leaders applaud Governor Ivey's decision, other leaders gave statements in disapproval of the signing. Democratic U.S. Representative Terry Sewell, Alabama's 7th District Representative, said, quote, "This is a dark day for the state of Alabama. To be clear, the state of Alabama remains under federal injunction, which prevents the state from redistricting until 2030, end quote. Republican House Speaker Nathaniel Ledbetter said in a news conference that he hopes the courts will reverse the injunction, also saying, quote, "I applaud the governor for calling us in and giving us the chance to revisit that. What happened here in Montgomery with that seat should probably not have happened to begin with," end quote. Here's a look out on Memorial Parkway. A couple of clouds in the sky, but the sun made its way back out. Hopefully that sunshine sticks around this weekend. FOX54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman is here with me. Jordan, it's finally Friday. What can we expect for this evening?
It's going to be a really nice evening across the Tennessee Valley, and in some instances, we are going to maintain the sunshine as we head into the weekend, but we're also going to be talking about some cloud cover, and we're also going to talk about the opportunity for a little bit of rain. 72 degrees right now in Fayetteville, 70 in Huntsville, 66 in Coleman, 73 degrees right now over in Florence. Currently sitting in the mid and upper 60s over in Northeast Alabama, 69 in Scottsboro, 67 degrees for our friends over in Fort Payne. Those of us that are sitting in the 70s are going to continue to hang out there for at least another hour or two before falling off into the 60s, just like everybody else. 68 at 8, 64 by 9, 62 degrees by the time we get to 10 p.m. Now, there is a little bit of rain back off to the south, well off to the south, as a matter of fact, across South Alabama, back into South Mississippi, portions of the Florida Panhandle. There's going to be an attempt for a little bit of rain to build its way up into our neck of the woods. Not right away, though. It would primarily come as we head into the overnight and then early into your Saturday morning. If that doesn't come to fruition, and it probably won't, there's other opportunities for rain in the forecast as we head into your Mother's Day. We'll talk about it in just a bit.
Thanks, Jordan. A deadly crash that claimed the life of a mother and 3 of her children and injured another is now expected to lead to criminal charges. Moulton police say the case will be presented to a Lawrence County grand jury next month. Investigators say Garrett Nix ran a red light at the intersection of Highway 24 and Highway 157 on April 11th, crashing into an SUV driven by Ashley Haygood. Haygood and 3 children were killed. Another child suffered serious injuries and was airlifted to Children's of Alabama. The father of Brinley, Briley, and Bentley Pledger filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Nix yesterday. A New Hope High School student was taken into custody today after a loaded gun was found on campus in their car, according to Madison County Schools. Officials say school administrators received a tip about a possible weapon being inside a student's car parked on campus. The situation was quickly contained after the Madison County Sheriff's Office responded and searched the car. Authorities found a loaded .380 caliber pistol during the search. The student was taken into custody at the school. An ATV crash claimed the life of a teenage girl in Albertville yesterday evening, according to the Marshall County Coroner's Office. Officials say the crash happened just after 7 p.m. on Kelly Road. The teen who was driving the ATV was pronounced dead by first responders at the scene. Marshall County Coroner Cody Nugent says officials from Gunnersville Middle School were notified of the incident as part of standard protocol. A Madison woman will spend the rest of her life in an Alabama state prison for her part in a murder-for-hire plot tied to the death of her child's father. Jacqueline Scoos was found guilty on 3 counts of capital murder after a jury deliberated for almost 2 days. Scoos hired a man via social media to kill Anthony Shepard, her daughter's father, to prevent him from regaining custody. Shepard was found dead during a welfare check at his home in Hartselle. 4 others were charged in the crime, including Logan Delp, who was convicted of fatally shooting Shepard in October and sentenced to life without parole. Scoos was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. A platform used by universities and school systems across the nation has become the victim of a cyber attack. Canvas is a popular cloud-based digital hub for classrooms. More than 8,000 institutions are customers, including some right here in Huntsville. Decatur City Schools says a subset of the school system's data was included in the breach. This includes students' names, email addresses, and assigned school IDs. Many of those schools around the country reported a ransom note on the homepage of their Canvas sites. The hacking group Shiny Hunters has claimed responsibility and is demanding ransoms to prevent further data leaks. Instructure, which is the parent company of Canvas, says the platform was in maintenance mode and it is investigating the issue. A Columbia student spoke on the effects of the hacking.
All my classes are on Canvas, so anything from assignments to announcements to homework to grades, it's on Canvas. We do use other software, but sometimes they're also attached to Canvas. So like GradeScope is one of them. We'll access it through Canvas, so that's kind of like the central hub for all of our work.
UNA and Calhoun Community College both confirmed the schools were affected, but later restored services. A proposed new entrance into the village of Providence is sparking debate over traffic, safety, and the future character of the community. Some residents say they support adding a second way in and out of the neighborhood, but they don't want it routed through the heart of Providence. A neighbor-led request brought through District 5 Councilmember John Meredith is pushing the city to consider a new entrance into Providence through Paramount Drive instead of the original Highway 72 access plan. FOX54's Valentina Chalala shows us why some residents want the city to stick with that original plan.
People who live here say this new entrance plan could bring more traffic through the heart of Providence, and they want the city to go back to the original Highway 72 plan. The city's original plan included a right-in, right-out access point from Highway 72 through Hillcrest Avenue, with improvements designed to keep traffic on major roadways rather than through the center of the community. Residents say the community's pedestrian-friendly design is a big part of its appeal.
It's walkable, it's accessible, it's easy, it's very inviting.
Some residents say they are not against a second entrance, but worry a Paramount Drive connection could turn the area into a cut-through for drivers trying to avoid Highway 72 traffic.
You can see there's so much traffic coming in and out right now, so there is a need for an additional entrance into Providence, but there's just a concern about will people be using it as a shortcut that don't necessarily live in the neighborhood, how will that impact safety concerns, etc.
A petition circulating through apartment complexes near the heart of Providence now has more than 140 signatures. Petition signer Fred Davey says most drivers do yield to pedestrians, but some still fail to stop.
The through traffic is pretty heavy, like Grand Central Station at certain times.
The petition has not yet been given to the city, and Huntsville officials say they do not have additional information at this time. In Providence, I'm Valentina Chalala, Fox 54 News.
Residents in Providence are expected to hold a town hall-style meeting on May 12th to discuss the proposed entrance plan and community concerns in greater detail. And a big day at the Spark Academy in Athens as students learned some major news thanks to their hard work. That was the moment students learned they helped the school earn over $200,000 from the Tennessee Valley Authority and grant money for both new AC units and a new playground. The campaign, Last Out, Lights Out, encouraged students to remember to shut the lights off in empty rooms, something TVA officials believe helps translate from schools to homes.
Every little action that they take will affect how their energy use inside the school. Not only that, they take a lot of these habits home. So, when they go home and they catch their mother or father with the lights on in the room, they know to shut it off. And hopefully that leads to a better electric bill and a better energy situation.
And as a bonus for their hard work, the students will also get a Kona Ice party. The Dollar General Literacy Foundation is sending nearly $370,000 to Alabama schools, libraries, and nonprofits as part of a record-breaking nationwide literacy effort. North Alabama organizations receiving grants include Athens Limestone County Family Resource Center, Crossville Elementary School, Wilson Elementary School, and Wallace State Community College Future Foundation. Foundation leaders say the funding will expand reading programs, strengthen classroom instruction, and create more opportunities for students and adult learners across the state.
That was the beginning of the end of World War II.
Get a history lesson from one of the last surviving heroes of the Second World War coming up next. And hear from an F-14 fighter pilot about what 3 new jets could do for the Rocket City after the break. The 250th anniversary of the founding of our nation also holds the 82nd anniversary since D-Day, the largest amphibious invasion in history, onto the beaches of Normandy, France. And it almost didn't happen, with multiple factors like weather and troop movements lining up just right for the assault. But Operation Overlord did go through, and victory in Europe won because of the work and sacrifices of millions of people. Meet Howard Poland, just one of the brave many who helped to liberate Europe from the Nazi regime.
You are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you.
As the fronts advanced on the beaches, it was a rough 2 or 3 days.
Corporal Howard Poland was one of the meteorologists helping Allied forces predict the weather on a day that needed maximum coverage for the Army Air Corps without risking adverse effects on the invasion.
The general mood was one of these days we're going to be landing on the beaches in Normandy, and that was the beginning of the end of World War II.
They made a successful landing on the beaches at the estimated cost of almost 5,000 Allied troops and pilots before rapidly wresting occupied France from German forces.
We had mobile weather stations that were going ashore on barges so that we could see where the troops were landing. We could plot them on our weather maps where these mobile weather stations were, and were able to follow the front, so to speak.
And it took months of preparation, mostly in secrecy, to make the invasion into a successful Allied foothold in Europe.
We had to prepare weather charts. There were ways of little symbols on charts where you would draw the isobars and the isotherms and the high pressure areas and the low pressure areas and the movements, how these fronts would move. And this would enable us to make a reasonable prediction of what was going to be, at least in the next 24 hours.
But predictions said weather conditions would not be ideal on the original date, June 5th, which led General Dwight Eisenhower to delay the invasion.
He did change horses a little bit. He went from the 5th of June to the 6th of June because the weather conditions were not ideal. They were acceptable, but not ideal. And it was rough landing.
But Allied forces landed, made their way through France and into Germany, and created a Western front that eventually helped win a victory in Europe.
I was shipped home on a troop ship. The troop ship, I remember these things because I lived through them, was the SS Frederick. And we called it the good ship Freddie because it was taking us home.
And 82 years later, at 102 years old, Poland now lives right here in the Rocket City with his daughter and his wife of over 70 years. And you can hear more from Corporal Howard Poland in an extended interview on the FOX54 app. Download on your TV, watch for free. From Mother's Day to local fairs, we have you covered for things happening this weekend. Up next.
As we head into the weekend, we are talking about an opportunity for some scattered showers and thunderstorms to develop across the Tennessee Valley, but the entire weekend is not in any way going to be a wash. We'll discuss it in just a couple of minutes.
Over County 911, what's the address of your emergency service? Okay, your wife is in a bar, you said she's unresponsive?
This is what he's going to tell you.
How to get out of that situation.
And I grabbed the gun.
Trying to find the first place to put a body.
No, sir.
The only thing they could do was kill him.
You want to say anything?
We, the jury, and to find the defendant.
Yesterday, FOX54 was among the first to tell you about the passing of the Maverick Act, which could bring 3 F-14 fighter jets to the Rocket City. And today, FOX54 spoke with one former F-14 pilot about the news. Adam "AA" Adams flew the Tomcat while serving in the U.S. Navy, flying with the Black Knights from 2001 to 2003. For Adams, the prospect of seeing an aircraft he once flew wouldn't be for just his own nostalgia. He believes return to flight could inspire other generations.
I think that there are a lot of airplanes that have been restored with the commemorative Air Force, and when you see them flying, it inspires all kinds of future generations of aviators and astronauts and potentially who knows what aspects of aviation. And to think that there's any possibility of a flying Dorito in the sky at any point in the future over U.S. skies is extremely exciting.
AA adds he is excited about the F-14 calling the Rocket City home and believes Huntsville is the perfect choice. Here's a live look out on Round Top. A nice day here in Huntsville, and hopefully it stays that way as we celebrate Mother's Day weekend.
It's not going to be a bad weekend across the area. We've kind of already discussed the rain, but it is going to get warmer. How do we feel about the warmth?
I don't mind warmth. I'm not excited for hot, but I don't mind a little warmth, a little cool, a little change in scenery a little bit.
I mean, it would provide a little bit of a change in scenery over what we've had the last couple of weeks, but you're not necessarily ready for the inevitable heat of summer just yet.
Not quite yet.
Good. I can at least prolong it for several more days. Let's first start by going back in time. I want to go back just 2 years ago, May 8th, 9th of 2024. Do you remember this severe weather event? I definitely do. I believe the first tornado warning was issued somewhere in the 5 or 6 o'clock hour in the evening, and the last tornado warning came to an end across northeast Alabama somewhere within the 1 o'clock hour in the morning. I believe out of all of this, and there were several tornado warnings issued, a couple of dozen tornado warnings issued in a very short period of time. Yes, that is a short period of time. I believe there were 21 confirmed tornadoes, a couple of which were somewhat significant. I believe during this event, this was the event that was heavily impacted, McMullen Cove over in the Owens Crossroads community. We're not talking about any severe weather this evening. As a matter of fact, I don't have any severe weather in the forecast. Radar looks nice and quiet this evening. It's probably going to stay that way as we head into the overnight. We'll talk about that in just a second. 70 degrees right now in Huntsville, 66 in Arab, 66 in Coleman, 72 degrees in Fayetteville, up in southern Middle Tennessee. Through the rest of the evening, 71 at 7, 68 at 8, 64 by 9, 62 degrees by the time we get to 10 p.m. Now, a look at the radar back off to our south. There is a little bit of rain across central and south Alabama, a little bit of rain across south Mississippi, and then back into Louisiana. Some of that activity is going to attempt to push its way into our neck of the woods as we head into the overnight and then early into your Saturday morning. I think it's probably going to fall just shy. If anybody gets any rain tonight, I think it would probably be our friends in Coleman County, but even that chance is going to be on the smaller end of the spectrum. That's why I've got a 10% chance of rain in the forecast for Saturday. It's mostly to account for that incredibly small chance in Coleman County. Otherwise, better opportunity for some scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into your Sunday. That could bleed a little bit into your Monday, and then it does look like we are going to be dry Tuesday through Friday of next week. Here's Futurecast as we head into Saturday evening. Futurecast trying to bring a couple of passing showers into the area once we get to Saturday evening. I do not in any way, shape, or form think that that's going to come to fruition. I think we're probably going to stay dry. Though a noted increase in cloud cover through the overnight and then early into your Sunday morning. But Sunday morning is going to be fantastic. You're taking mom to breakfast, church, maybe you're going to be heading out to brunch through the first half of the day on Sunday. It's actually going to be quite nice. Kind of once we get beyond the lunch hour, maybe a couple of isolated showers develop, better opportunity for some more widespread shower and thunderstorm activity moves into the Tennessee Valley once we get to the later part of Sunday afternoon and then early into Sunday evening. This activity is going to begin to taper off through the later part of the evening and then into the overnight. Other opportunities for rain do develop though. Light rain, relatively light, by the time we get to the Monday morning commute. Could stick with us as we head into the lunch hour on Monday afternoon. Once again, just like last night, maybe a little bit of patchy fog develops across the area. Otherwise, temperatures dropping into the mid-50s. Got a low temperature right around 54 degrees. 79 on Saturday, 81 on Sunday. Then we get cooler again Monday and Tuesday of next week. So we get close to average this weekend and then back to about 10 degrees below average by the time we get to Monday and Tuesday. Though we do warm again Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 78, 77, and then 80 degrees next Friday.
Thanks, Jordan. And it's Mother's Day weekend. If you're looking for something fun to do with Mom or just some weekend fun, you're in the right place. Kick off Mother's Day weekend with movement, coffee, and community at the Mother's Day Run tomorrow morning at Fleet Feet, Huntsville. The event starts at 7 a.m. with a 3-mile run or walk, followed by coffee and breakfast pastries. Everyone is welcome, whether you're celebrating with your mom, remembering her, or just looking for a fun way to start your weekend. All paces, all people, one welcoming community. A special Mother's Day celebration is brewing in Huntsville Sunday. You're invited to the Mom and Me Tea at the Carriage House, an event designed to bring generations together. Organizers say you can enjoy tea, treats, and quality time with moms, grandmothers, and the mother figures in your life. 2 sessions are planned, one from 11 to 1 and again from 3 to 5, giving you the perfect dress-up and a chance to celebrate Mother's Day in style. And who doesn't love when the fair is in town? The Big Old Ballpark Fair is back at Toyota Field with bigger thrills and brand new attractions. You can ride roller coasters, spin through carnival classics, and grab fair favorites like fried ice cream, smoked turkey legs, and cotton candy. This year also brings a new Big Top Circus. The fun runs through May 17th with discounted ride bands available now online. Grab your tickets online or at Toyota Field. Don't miss out on the fun. And, as usual, if none of these events are your style, head on over to our website, FOX54.com, for the full list of things happening this weekend.
Blue Maps on the line here at John Hunt Park. Who will come home victorious in the state soccer championships? I've got more next in sports.
Fox 54 Plus has your news, sports, and weather. Start your evening with Fox 54 at 5:30, delivering the latest headlines and live reports straight from the scene. Then, stay informed with Fox 54 News at 9, featuring your Tennessee Valley certified most accurate weather impact team, tracking everything from tornado threats to traffic delays during severe weather. Fox 54 Sports Extra brings you more of what sports fans crave, with deeper insights, expert analysis, and all the action that matters most. On Fox 54 Plus, you'll also find Alabama politics, plus 24/7 weather radar and real-time forecasts to keep you ahead of the storm. Looking for a quick recap? Don't miss Fox 54 Week in Review, highlighting the biggest stories of the week. Jumpstart your morning with Morning Rush. Fast-paced news updates, featured with uplifting stories from across the globe. Get your entertainment fix with Getting Real, where we break down movie reviews, top 10 lists, and spotlight the newest film. Die Hard fan? Locked On Sports dives deep into the Crimson Tide, the Tigers, college rivalries, and pro action. True crime warrior style? Killer Cases brings you gripping real-life stories that stick with you. Hungry for more? Cooking with Style serves up mouth-watering recipes that are easy to make and impossible to resist. From movie previews before you head to the theater with Take a Look to must-know headlines from across the region and around the world with In the News. Watch all of these shows on demand and also on the Fox 54 News app. Available on Android and iOS devices. Streaming 24/7.
Time now for your look at sports. The 4A girls state soccer title is on the line. JP2 Falcons, the reigning champions, have climbed their way back to this match. But if they want to go back-to-back, they have to go through the St. Luke's Wildcats. From the jump, the Wildcats are on it. Kaylee Hawara moves inside, shot over the head of the tender and in the back of the net. It's 1-0 early. Still first half, Caroline Turner turning it through Anna Franco. Fritz to Hawara, slides it. She doubles the lead. And that would be 2 of her 4 goals, an MVP performance in this one. And St. Luke's cruises to the 4A state title. Final score 5-0.
It's so cool. We've seriously been working for this since 7th grade. Moving up from 1 through 3A to 4A and winning a state title was never in my dreams, and so it's so crazy to be here. Just all my teammates who have set me up for complete success. I would not be here without all of them. I've grown up playing with these girls since I was 5 years old, and so it's so fun to finish things off with them.
I don't even think it's still set in, even once the score continued to go up. It just phenomenal. I can't believe that this is the moment that they've worked towards and gotten to, and it shows in every single second of that game. They came out with masterclass athleticism, heart, passion. They're deserving.
Coming up later tonight on Fox 54, we will have more from the AHSAA State Soccer Championships. From John Hunt Park, Gabe Glassman, Fox 54 Sports.
Coming up tonight on Fox 54 News at 9, the Pentagon releasing videos and documents of potential extraterrestrial life. What experts say the videos show. Governor Ivey signing a bill that could allow for a change in the upcoming election, how this could impact your voting plan. And a signing day in Tuscaloosa that has nothing to do with sports, but everything to do with growing future teachers. All this and more tonight on Fox 54 News at 9. Over in Pittsburgh, people gathered from all over the nation to help set a Guinness World Record in the effort to save lives. In just 1 hour, hundreds of people learned how to become CPR certified and give dummies hands-only CPR. The old record was 1,125 people, but the group was able to get a whopping 1,293. Now they are waiting for a Guinness to approve the record.
I swear, they have a Guinness World Record for just about everything.
Anything. I mean, I could set a Guinness World Record if I made up my own topic, you know?
I mean, that's true. Like, where do we draw the limits? We're not putting people in a stadium with fake people. And I mean, yes, it's great that we're teaching people how to learn CPR.
Yeah, CPR
we
is
certainly
good.
Not bypass that, but you could just wake up any day and be like, I want to break a record. Now I need to come up with, I agree, we should come up with feasible records.
How many people packed into a newsroom studio? I mean,
that doesn't
could
seem
be
like
one.
something that's been done yet.
Maybe not, maybe
and, you know,
not.
You could take the size into account. You know, this is a reasonably large room that I feel like we could squeeze a lot of people in here.
Most people in a smallest newsroom, right?
Ooh.
Guinness World Record right there.
I feel like, and there are only a very limited number of other organizations that could compete against us to break the record.
It'd be a small market.
I see what you did there. Quick look at the next 7 days. We're going to begin to warm things up as we head into Saturday and then your Mother's Day. 79 on Saturday, 81 on Mother's Day. Now we are going to get a little bit of rain in, but that rain, those thunderstorms, they're not going to move in until we get to the later part of the afternoon, probably not even until the evening. Then we do see temperatures drop Monday and Tuesday of next week, 71 and 72, and then we kind of warm things back up, but still below average next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 78, 77, 80, with plenty of sunshine.
That's all we have for you for now, and we'll see you later tonight on Fox 54 News at 9.